What's your name?
Hi, my name is Tanushri.
Hi, Shivani.
Where do you work and what is your position?
So I work at Salesforce as a senior success guide.
I also work at Salesforce as a senior technical support engineer.
Do you mind giving me a range of your annual income?
Yeah, it's around 130 to 150.
Yeah, it's the same.
Where are you from?
I'm from Delhi, India.
I'm from Varanasi, India.
How long have you been in the US?
Approximately 3 years now. Yeah.
3 years.
Same.
So, what is your education background?
I did my BTech from India and thereafter I did my masters from US.
Okay.
After doing my masters, I came to Seattle for my job.
Done my BTech in India, then came here for masters. And after masters, I moved to Seattle for the job.
What was your major and university in the US for your masters?
So I did my masters in management information systems, University of Buffalo,
Okay.
sunny Buffalo.
Yeah, we both together there.
So, what is one thing you did during your masters which helped you succeed?
I would say communication, like networking, definitely, and also just going to people, just introducing
Yeah.
yourself, networking, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, same. It's networking, putting out yourself.
Did that help you guys land internships initially or like full time jobs?
It helped in with the full-time job. Basically, reaching out to the people, they helped us
Yeah.
out in getting an opportunity or referring us for an interview, something
Yeah.
like that.
So our course was very small, like it was like a 1 year, 9 month kind of a course,
Okay.
just for 9 months if you can like do it. So we did not get an opportunity to do any kind of internships or anything like that.
Got
It
it.
was straight away. We after the course we went to our jobs.
What do you regret not doing during your master's experience in the US?
Not starting soon, I would say. Like we were so engrossed in our assignments and everything.
Yeah.
We had no idea that we have to start as soon as we land. You have to put yourself in the market out there. You need to make connections. You need to network
Yeah.
from the day you land here.
Same.
Okay.
I was not much involved with assignments and all. I was just in the awe of the place. So it took me some time to
Too
get
much of enjoyment.
too much of enjoyment. Oh, I have to focus on the work
Yeah.
and getting a job also. So yeah, that's I had
Got
to
it.
start sooner.
Where do you work and what is your position?
So I work at Salesforce as a senior success guide.
That's a very new position, new title that I'm hearing. If someone wants to become the success guide at Salesforce, like what are the steps that they can follow?
Like it's not just technical, you have to be very fluent and it's part of the job, like how you put yourself out, your personality. It's very much customer facing. So yeah, just I would say work on your technical expertise along with try to communicate with as many people as you can and put yourself on a stage whenever you get a chance to
Yeah.
like just let out the jitters and everything. So yeah.
What about you?
I also work at Salesforce as a senior technical support engineer. The role demands a lot of customer interaction,
Yeah.
so you have to be very empathic to them. You have to be a good listener and just maintain a good communication with them and work on your technical abilities. So
Got it.
that will be.
So how was the interview process like to get this position?
For me, it is 3 rounds.
Okay.
So 2 technical rounds
Got
and
it.
one with the hiring manager. So
And
yeah.
in technical, what did they ask?
The basic troubleshooting, basically on the Salesforce platform, the basic debugging skills, you have to solve a problem, your
Yeah.
problem solving approach,
Yeah.
these kind of scenarios based questions.
For my position, there were around 5 rounds.
Okay.
So I interviewed for different teams.
Yeah.
First, I was interviewed for Sales Cloud. Then I was interviewed for Industry Cloud. So yeah, it was like a 5-stage process. The first one is the HR round, then the hiring manager round, then they have 2 or 3 technical rounds.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you mind giving me a range of your annual income?
Yeah, it's around 130 to 150.
Yeah, it's the same.
Can you give me a breakdown of your monthly expenses and savings in the US?
I would say 50% of the monthly income are expenses, and I'm able to save like 50% of it. So yeah.
This is the post-tax income of your base salary.
Yes, rent is around 1600. Then apart from that, we have utilities and everything.
Yeah.
That's around, I would say, maxing out to 400.
Yeah.
And yeah, rest shopping expenses.
Miscellaneous.
So yeah, it's like you only live once,
Yeah.
so why not? Apart from saving, you need to
So
spend
is
all
it like
yourself.
more shopping or more traveling too?
Traveling as well, yeah, definitely traveling. this is like such an amazing place.
Yeah.
So many national parks and so many other places to explore.
Yeah.
For sure. Like I go on trips every 2 months.
Same.
She goes along with me.
We live
So
together.
similar expenses, similar
Similar
savings.
expenses, similar saving.
Got it.
And yeah,
$200,000 in the US or 40 lakhs in India. Which one would you prefer and why?
I had that package in India,
Okay.
but I will prefer 200,000 in US.
Why?
My motive to be here is being independent and the level of no judgment, no fucks given
Yeah.
attitude of people. So
Amazing.
that keeps me here. Otherwise, I would definitely move to India.
200,000 in US, definitely. Like the freedom you get, the air you get to breathe, the water, tap water you get to drink. So yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What do you love about the US?
The opportunities, definitely. Yeah. There's a lot of competition, to be honest.
Yeah.
Back in India, we have a lot of opportunities here for sure. Yeah.
I like independence
Yeah.
and that no judging culture here.
What do you don't like about America?
Lately, it has been a little difficult. It's the adjustment part of it, as well as staying away from parents, staying away from family. That's sometimes a lot.
The paper culture, they send bills for everything.
Yeah.
Which I don't prefer. Even if I opt for online or e-bill, still I get the paper bills.
Yeah. What has been your biggest immigration challenge in the US so far?
The documentation.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Like you have to be always on your toes. You cannot miss anything. You have to like do everything maybe 3 months, 5 months beforehand just to be on time.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, the documentation is a lot. And yeah, apart from that, it's a great country. You get to meet so many amazing people. So yeah.
Keeping track of the timelines. When this part is getting expired, when my OPT will expire, when my STEM OPT extension will expire,
Yeah.
I-94 timelines, all that. We keep reminding each other that, okay, have you uploaded this document and have you uploaded this document?
Yeah,
Did you
it's a
check your
lot.
dad?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is.
Was it worth it moving to the US?
Yes, period. Yes. Good environment, opportunities. You get to meet so many culturally different people.
Yeah.
It like broadens your horizon for sure. So yeah.
If someone wants to move to the US in 2026 or 2027, what is one advice that you would give them?
Be strong.
Calculated risk situations are not very favorable
Yeah,
to
so-
even non-immigrants. So and the job market is also very brutal
At
at
the
the
right.
present. So I will suggest to gauge the situation, talk to as many people as you can, and to get their inputs, feedbacks.
Yeah.
It's a very high risk at this time to if you are there, someone is coming for masters, spending that much money, taking that much debt on yourself, and then coming to this job market. It's a very high risk.